mine. Just wanna rock you, girl, 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 girl.
All right, back, bro. Start us off.
Welcome back to another JDC podcast. You already know we're here with one of Jersey's finest, one of Franklin's finest, no cap. He goes by many names, you know what I mean? But the main name that we call him is Danny Bird. But shit, bro, introduce yourself.
What's up? My name is Daniel. They call me Danny Bird.
Mm-hmm.
So, my story, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, bro, you don't gotta worry about that shit. You can tell us about shit. What's the farthest back you can remember here in Franklin?
In Franklin, I remember the first time I moved in, it was up there by the Franklin Boulevard. You know, that was crazy because I was moving from Newark and I was coming into...
You were born in Newark?
No, actually I was born in Nigeria.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was born in Nigeria. I came here when I was 7.
Holy shit.
So I made my way from... It's like I kept on going south, like from Newark to Somerset to, you know...
Now you're at the shore.
Yeah. You can't go souther than this. No, you can't. So,
Damn, bro. What was that transition like from Nigeria to New Jersey?
so since I was young, it wasn't that bad. It was more like a breath of fresh air.
Really?
Yeah. Because it felt some... Because, you know, as a kid... You're hearing so much good things like, oh, you're going to Nigeria, you're going to America, so, yo, like, we're happy for you. So most of my aunts were smiling and stuff like that. So that was dope. But the transition wasn't that bad. It's just that the accent I had to, you know, clarify so because it was
That's
so thick.
crazy. So you remember the day that, like, you were going to move here?
Yeah, I remember.
That's crazy, bro.
I actually, not the particular day, but I remember, like...
The week?
Yeah. Because the week before I was sick, right? So they were saying that if you don't get better, you're not going to be able to go to the plane. You're not going to be able to go to America. Yeah, so...
Damn, that's wild,
So
bro.
were they doing, like, were they giving you mad remedies for that to get, you know,
Yeah,
better?
yeah.
How was that?
That was... It was so nerve-wracking, even as a kid, because I was like, I don't want to stay behind. My sister's leaving, you know, so I want to go with her. And I want to go meet my mom, so...
Oh, so
yeah.
did you live with your dad in Nigeria?
No,
Or how was that?
Dad was out in my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't know your dad then?
I have a brief memory of him gifting me a bicycle, but other than that, everything else is in pictures.
So who did you live with for most of the time when you were in Nigeria?
It was my aunt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was one of my mom's sisters, you know.
Do you ever go back, or have you ever gone back?
Yeah, I went back last October.
Yo, what's that
Yeah.
like, bro? Explain that to me, who has never gone to Africa.
So that was...
Facts.
So the thing about it is that I didn't go to Nigeria, but I went to Kome. So that was basically Benin, where my mom's side is from.
Where is Komen?
So that's next to Nigeria. I don't know the particular geographic spot, but I do know that it's close by. So that was crazy because it was, honestly, I describe it as being peaceful. It was so peaceful because, like, the people that were there, they just had simple lives, you know, compared to us. Their lives were like 100 times simpler, but it was more peaceful, and like you saw kids running around at 2 a.m. Nobody really cared. You know, it wasn't dangerous, you know. So I loved it. I loved seeing the scenery, even riding the motorcycle. I was able to ride a motorcycle.
Okay. Whipping
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how, like, in other countries, like, they view, like, America differently. Like,
Yeah.
although, like, back when you were younger, they were like, oh, good for you, you're going to America. But, like, nowadays, bro, they look at America very differently, bro. America
Yeah.
has changed a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
people will look at America and be like, why would I want to go to America where, like, people be shooting at each other, bro?
Yeah.
The suicide rates are, like, through the roof. And it's just, like, there's a lot of, like, social changes that are happening here that would, like, prevent or kind of, like, steer people in the opposite direction nowadays, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Oh,
it's just crazy experiencing
Yeah.
both worlds.
And it's crazy where, you know, did your aunts have the same perspective of like, oh, you know, you're going to have more opportunities over there than you would here. Why would you want to stay here this long?
Yeah.
Did you also get that pep talk before you came here?
So
Or-
since I was so young, I didn't get that pep talk, but I did get the feeling that you're like the golden child now because
Yeah.
you know you're moving from this. You have to show out for your mom because she did this for you.
Right,
You
word. You've been given an opportunity.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And how did that go work? Like, since your mom was here, what
Yeah.
was she working in
So
to get y'all over here?
so she did mostly hair. Like she
Mm.
was in a salon and she built up her hair skills.
Grinding.
And then I don't know the other jobs, but I do know that it was particularly hair that she started with.
Fly, bro. Honestly, my respect to your mom, because
Yeah.
that's hard. Especially
Appreciate
being a
that.
single
Yeah.
mother, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Word.
especially because she brought over you and your sister.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Not to mention you're starting in a whole new land.
land. Yeah,
That's crazier.
she had to leave when I was like 1 year and 1 month. So
Mhm.
that was hard for her, but it was a sacrifice she had to make.
Oh, of course,
You
man.
know.
And big props there, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like, look, you're here. And one more, you're not having it more rough than you would have had it over there. 'Cause I'm not saying that
Exactly.
everything would be bad over there, but it's like, I know it's more challenging to succeed in some of these places.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
with that being said, do you ever feel any like influence or like do you ever feel like pushed or any pressure to be like more,
Yeah.
more than what like they grinded for,
yeah, I do
Yeah.
actually. So the thing about it is, when I was telling you guys earlier, was that college. There was this thing with college that you need to go to college, you need to do this. Coming here, it's a whole different generation like that I'm growing up in. That people are not even going to college, but they're making something out of themselves.
Word.
So trying to explain this to mom, she's like, "Oh, I don't really care. Go to
Hell
college."
no, that ain't
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
fly, bro. That don't fly,
Hell no.
bro.
If
I
anything,
don't know if y'all can see it on the cam, but there's like when it's cold and a little
Yeah.
fog be blowing,
Yeah.
bro. It's cold as fuck in here. It's cold as fuck.
Shivering, bro.
no cap, bro. We're sorry about that, bro. This heater not putting in the work right
No,
now.
it's good. That's why I bought the North
But-
Face.
But damn, bro. Like, do you have any memories of when you first like came here, like the grade of Newark, when you were here? In Newark,
Yeah.
When you started school? Like,
Yeah.
what was the first thing you can remember?
I remember when we got off the plane and we were taking the car ride. The air, the just the way it smelled was so different. Like I can't even explain it, but from time to time I get that scent and I'm like, yeah, this is what I smelled the first time.
This is America.
Yeah.
This
And
is
that
America.
this is
Look at you, Simba.
No, but that's memorable. It's such a beautiful thing, cause it's like something that it really brings me back to a great time, in my life, that a new beginnings,
Mm.
Okay.
Do you ever like, damn, I wish I could have just gone my life in Nigeria? Or are you glad?
I'm glad. I'm super glad.
Word, bro.
What makes you say that though?
Just for example, my uncle was telling me that right now they're having elections. First of all, the person who won the election, the young people don't even favor him, and secondly, they're transferring from old notes to new notes. But the thing is that you can't like get money out, so people are short of cash.
Wow.
You
Oh,
know?
when you say old notes and new notes, you mean currency?
Yeah, currency. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So it's crazy, right? Right now, people can't even. They basically don't have the means for their daily lives,
Damn.
because of their election.
Wow.
So there's a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
fucking crazy.
corruption out there.
Hell yeah, bro. I feel like that's how it is when it comes to these like third world countries. Sometimes it's like
Yeah,
if it's not corruption, it's fucking warfare to some degree.
yeah,
Mm.
If it's not either one, it's both.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's wild because you have these leaders where they're not even experienced. They're just trying to do it for the power, the benefit of it, and it's a damn shame.
Word.
Word,
So
bro.
that drive, once you set foot in America and all that, do you have any memories after that, like growing up?
So I have a lot. Well,
Alright.
where do I get started?
Get started from your first day of school.
First day of
What
school.
was that like? Facts.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
day of school. I don't remember that exactly, but I do know that I wasn't too confident because of my accent was.
Did you pick up
Yeah.
on that even before you got into the classroom, or did you pick up on that after being some time in the classroom?
After being some time in the classroom because I was around family before, and
Right.
so I was in the midst.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to. It didn't really matter, but when you came into a different atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
now what did you say? Say that again. That type of thing.
Mm,
Feel that. Were you ever bullied for it?
Oh yeah, times yeah,
Feel that.
yeah.
definitely, bro.
But
Feel that.
what do you expect? Because people, I always say that's what when people demean another person, that's what that other person knows best. So it's I almost pity them because they don't know better. So that's how they're reacting.
That's very wise of you to say, bro. That's true.
Very true.
That's very, very true, bro. It's almost like every time they try to get at you about something, it's like they're opening the door into their own insecurity.
Yeah,
real,
exactly.
though.
That's facts.
That's true though, because at the end of the day, it's like you can understand some person. So I know some accents are thick.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't hurt to be like, all right, can you repeat what you said again?
Yeah.
That way you can understand it instead of being like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what the fuck you just said.
Coming off with so much disrespect.
Yeah,
From where?
like-
You know?
Yeah, and I bet
right.
you that was that common. Like, I bet you that was common, right? Because
Yeah.
that's just like I feel like that was more common back then. I mean, I don't know if it's common now because I'm not in school,
Yeah.
but I know because I grew up with like early 2000s movies. We all grew up with like, and that was like the humor. It was like
Talking crazy to each
yeah,
other.
talking crazy, dick jokes, and like
Yeah.
racism. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, So it's like, like that's the that's the main thing, bro. Like, it's like think about it. Like how many movies do you know that they have like an Asian guy playing with like a thick ass accent, like at
Yeah.
the liquor store, like he's just
That's true.
walking, like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
you see this stuff,
Yeah, that was
It's
definitely
crazy.
part of our culture back then. You know?
Yeah. So
That shit don't fly now though.
No.
Oh fuck no.
Shit
Nah.
does not fly now.
Hell no.
That's facts.
That ass big stamp on the forehead. Hit ass.
But I wanted to ask you, bro. So I know you have that mindset now, but did you have that mindset growing up
The mindset of
of like having that like, I pity them, because they're just like ignorant,
Yeah.
basically.
No, I didn't have that.
You looked
I
at that as like they're just insulting you.
Yeah. So that's the thing about life that I'm starting to see is that you got to go through these trials and tribulations, to find a different level of wisdom. So I had to go through those moments, but I didn't have it. So in a way, I suffered it more than I do now.
Like growing up in Newark, I feel like that must have been like a little different. Do you still remember anything from there, like at all? Like, what are the main like things you remember from being in like that school system, like Newark school system?
So Newark, I just remember that it was basically chill, like nothing really. Actually, for the most part, it was chill. The wildest memory I know is that someone got killed in front of my house.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
So because the grass is it's not even grass. It's more so like those hay fields.
Yes.
They're high.
Yeah.
So people they didn't used to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it got so high, it got taller than a human. Average feet. So something happened. I don't know, gang related maybe. So he died. I remember the sound of the gunshots distinctly.
Really?
Yeah. Because I couldn't sleep at night. I was even so afraid to sleep in my room because I thought somebody was gonna climb upstairs and get me too.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's the most significant part that made me realize like, wow. That's the first time I actually encountered real fear.
So when you grew up and you like dealt with these like, I guess, trials and tribulations with other people not really understanding like your culture, like your background or what you had to do to get here, was there ever any anger that you had towards them, or did you ever like, I guess, give that energy back at all?
Yeah. So I had some resentment, because they weren't seeing it from my light, and that was it made me livid. A lot of times where I just detested them and wished bad upon them, in which that was my ignorance because, I didn't fully understand the nature of the situation.
Right.
But starting to see now, like, there's no point in even entertaining that kind of energy, you know.
That
Yeah, of
ass,
course.
uh,
It don't matter at the end of the day, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's like these are some little ass kids, and you
Yeah.
gotta think about like we're all in such a stupid mentality at the same time.
Yeah,
Where it's like when you look back at it now, you're like, kids were just being like kids, even though if it's like it's not right.
yeah,
It's never right.
yeah,
But it's like you're like fuck it, you know what I mean? That's just how you move on.
yeah.
Because it's like you can't keep anger forever.
That's
Because then
facts.
if you keep hating someone, you're only just stalling your mind and
Yeah.
wasting time on something that might never come to this
Yeah.
or something that you'll never see.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I
know,
mean?
I kind of figured you would say something like that, bro. Cause I remember like growing up, being in like what was it like growing up, bro. You would do some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you remember this, but we had English together,
Yeah.
right? And we would, bro, I don't even remember, bro. It was that
Yeah.
long, but I remember you would be up to some hooligan shit, bro. Some hooligan shit, bro. Like, what was that like timeline for you? Because I feel like it was so different from that time
Yeah.
period to like, let's say like graduating, you know?
Yeah.
So what happened, bro? What happened?
Okay.
Tell us.
So you meant, or do you mean that I transitioned from hooligan to like then I toned down, you know?
Yeah, you
tried-
toned it down
Yeah,
because I
bro.
feel like,
Okay.
like, senior year, like you were definitely mad chill.
Fuck,
Okay.
tone down, complete character switch, bro.
Like now is a
Bro
complete
had a
character
whole
switch even
fucking
more.
arc, bro. And he was just like,
For real,
his
though.
Kid Boo arc, like just fucking shit up for no
For
reason,
real,
like, you know?
Yeah.
What
so,
happened?
So hooligan, I guess trying to seek attention. That's what first comes up in my head because, you're trying to fit in,
Right.
And another thing is that you see other kids, with the nice shoes, with the nice outfit. And that's one thing that I realized that I did in high school, that I really stressed on, what outfit am I going to wear today? Does it look nice? Stuff like that. So I built this whole character in which I wanted people to, see me in a different light, and be the class clown because of the popularity and stuff.
It's crazy you say that because I feel like we would all be like, I want to look fly today, but I also don't want to get roasted.
Yeah.
Because that was a big part of our
Yeah,
childhood. Let's be
sure.
honest. From middle school on, even before middle school, like, who really wants to get roasted?
Yeah.
Because that would happen in public. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
It was just roast you, and then what are those?
Hell
That's how it is.
Yo, you better not pull up to middle school with a fucking sketch it, bro. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that shit was crazy, bro.
I remember when once we weren't supposed to wear slides to middle school. I remember, and I used to wear slides.
Right.
Because something happened. But there was one time that I got roasted because my outfit was so nice, but they looked at my feet and I had slides on.
Right.
They were like, "What are you doing, man?"
Oh, shit.
Shit don't make sense, type shit. I feel you. So, cause bro, I remember one memory specific, bro. You and Kai had fought for some reason. Bro, why did that happen again, bro?
Why did that?
So Kai, he was, man. This is the thing. So anger, right? It doesn't usually just happen like this.
It doesn't.
You know,
It slowly builds
It
up.
builds up. You know.
Slowly, yeah.
So it was building up because that he was like a troll. So I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this dude?
What would he say to you?
Like he's just saying stupid things like, man, there was one thing that he used to say.
Just
I
say
don't, I can't remember, but do you remember? He's like,
I know
Mr.
that he-
Dubes or something like some weird things.
some
weird-
shit, bro.
Yeah.
I remember in class he would like publicly like announce that he's farting and he just take
Yeah.
a loud ass fart
Yeah.
in class and shit.
Yeah, he used to
And
do
play
that.
fun run and shit. We would all play fun run in the corner of the
Yeah,
class.
yo.
While we were supposed to be reading, we tell them we're all reading on the phones, but we just be playing fun run.
Yo! with the English teacher with the
Yeah,
glasses.
bro. Yeah. Mr. Johnson was his
Johnson.
name. I remember Mr. Johnson.
And do you remember that we used to like do the rubber bands in the paper?
Oh my gosh, bro. That's crazy that you reminded me of that shit, bro. I don't know if I told you, but I know he was definitely there
Yeah.
for when it happened, right? we were in our English class, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the little hornet shits, the little rubber bands with
Oh,
like,
those shits are deadly, bro.
it's
Yeah.
like some bent piece
Yeah.
of paper, right?
But that shit was
Yeah,
hard
and,
as
and
hell.
yeah, you put that shit in the rubber band, you flick it at
Yeah.
someone. It's like a launcher, right?
Yeah.
And that shit hurt OD,
that
OD.
shit
And we
was
would
like a
do that shit
boomerang,
all the
bro.
time. Yeah, shit would hurt, bro. But I remember this one time in specific, bro. We're all sitting down. The teacher was giving us some kind of like talk, right? We're all like gathered around, right?
Yeah.
And I had gotten the launcher, the hornet
Yeah.
launcher, bro, and I was trying to flick it at someone, right?
Yeah.
I think I was trying to flick it at you or Kai or someone, bro. But it ended up hitting this girl in the eye.
Oh,
And then
fuck.
the teacher called out Kai for it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kai got taken to the office. For it.
Yeah.
Now I remember he would just look at me,
Yeah.
bro. And we talk about that shit
Yeah.
now. Last time we had linked at Wawa or
Yeah.
whatever.
We saw Kai at
We
Wawa.
talked about
Yeah.
that shit, bro.
I think that was Tiffany. Her name was maybe.
I don't even know. I don't
But
even
but
know.
that was. I think that's why I fought with Kai because I wasn't feeling the mood. So I think he hit me with one of those rubber bands, something like that, or he triggered me because of the words he said.
Right.
But yeah, that was when I didn't really know how to, use my emotions wisely, and
Right.
I wasn't that stable.
Right.
But
You
how
were-
did that happen though? Like, did you punch him?
Was it a physical fight? Because
I think it was like
was
one
a
of those
verbal.
grab and slam
Yeah.
kind of fights, you know. I don't think
Yeah.
it was too many hands thrown
Yeah.
to my knowledge. Shit,
Yeah.
that shit was so back in the
Yeah,
past. but-
exactly. It's like faint memory. I do
Mhm.
remember there was a lot of yelling,
Yeah.
and get out of the class,
Damn.
Go to the principal's office.
Do you remember Mayher was also in that class?
Yo,
He was in that
Mayher.
group, bro. Yo, I want to ask you a question. Do you know did you hear about that thing? There's like a page going on asking people for money.
Yes, he asked me.
He asked you for
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How much what was the situation like?
Something about a car,
Yeah.
something. I'm like, bro, I don't have money. Like, I'm the wrong person. I'm trying to get my car fixed.
Type shit, bro.
Yeah, so that was funny to me. I'm like, yo, what kind of pyramid scheme?
Yeah, because this shit was happening to like everybody.
Yeah.
He was messaging everybody.
Yeah.
He was messaging teachers too,
Yeah.
dog.
Teachers?
Yeah.
Damn, even they weren't,
And
exempt.
they were like, "Who is this guy?"
How do you even get their accounts?
This man was sending school emails,
That's
dog.
crazy.
Real talk. Shit was crazy, man.
And the thing is that I remember I had something with him too. Where it was a book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You had an altercation. Right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
So again, he probably was doing something, and I was mad. And then this one was more my fault because I was the one who initiated it because I threw the book at him. So I think I got in-school suspension or something like that.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I didn't really know how to control my emotions back then.
So overall, it was like this change was more so because you matured.
Yes. Yeah, mature, starting to see things differently, starting to react less, respond more. you
So
know.
did this like happen for a reason? Like was there like a catalyst in your life that kind of had you shift your perspective and how you view things?
So it slowly, gradually started to happen, but it truly took effect like many years after high school.
Yeah.
But I started to see that, how you just gonna fight everyone? It doesn't make any sense. You seem like within myself, I was like, you're becoming a problem now.
It's like you're a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like you came here, your cousins are in Nigeria, you're doing this rubbish, sense up.
Real
that
shit.
type
Sense
of
up.
thing.
Sense the fuck up.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck
Oh,
with that,
for real
bro.
though, because it's really like that. It's like, fuck, I'm wasting my time here.
Yeah.
Basically, what the fuck did I come here for now?
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that you say that, bro. Because I feel like maybe even during school, I could clearly see that you were a different person. Even, like, I remember you would tell me that you're a pacifist.
Oh, yes.
Was that all fat? Was that just all...
Was it a cap? Was it a front?
For real.
So pacifist.
Okay.
Okay. So back then, I was starting to indulge more in that kind of a lifestyle. because I was starting to see that my anger issues, I had a lot of built up emotions, which it wasn't even these people that were causing it. It was from home, you know.
I was gonna ask, you think it's from your home life?
Yeah, like dad not being around, you know, that type of thing. So channeling it to different areas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I gotta stop this because, like, I don't want to see myself in jail or something like that, you know, because the things it starts small, but it, you know, gradually
gets bigger.
Yeah, snowball effect, you know.
Real shit, bro.
Definitely, bro. You know, it's crazy, right? Because you got to think about it in the perspective of like, oh, well, I just let this consume me. Is this who I'm gonna be now?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because you're not only gonna be viewed as that from like the people around you in school. You're always gonna be viewed like that, no matter who you meet.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna carry that same energy with you, no matter where you go. And why even carry that?
Exactly.
You know, it's all it's doing is like keeping you down.
Yeah.
So does pacifist mean that you're a virgin?
No. It means like non-violence, that type of thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you don't believe in violence.
So you're not a virgin?
No.
No, not a virgin.
Yeah.
So when did you lose your virginity, bro?
You're laughing.
21.
21?
Shit.
Really?
21, yeah.
Really?
Damn, bro.
Yeah. It was either 21 or 20, around there. But yeah, I met my girl actually in a Keene frat house.
Wow.
Really?
No, Rutgers, my
A
fault.
Rutgers frat house.
She-
He found love
Yeah.
in a hopeless
Okay.
place.
We fell in love in the homeless
Never
place.
fall in love with a Rutgers female, dog. That's already a red flag.
Yeah, but the funny thing is about that is that I got lucky. Like, for some reason.
Wait, so tell us how you even got there.
Okay, so I got there because, you know, busybody, trying to look for parties. Yo, what's the party in
wave?
town?
What's the
You know,
wave?
what's the wave? Yeah, that's right. What's the wave? Ask that all night, no wave.
Yeah, bro.
Wait.
So we found one in Rutgers and we had to pay, you know, stuff like that.
How much did you pay?
I think it was 20 for the guys or 10, something around
Fuck
there.
them frat boys,
Yeah.
bro. Charging them prices.
Yeah. So what did we know? We were just trying to have fun. So we like, you know, cuffed up the money and then just going around, you know, that's when I was getting really drunk. So I was like,
Really?
yeah. I was like, so basically, I saw her because I was in the party for like, let's say an hour, and then I saw her. I was eyeing her. I saw her with her friends and stuff like that, and then, you know, I made the approach.
What'd you say?
I was like, I forgot what I said, but I think it was along the lines of, what's your Snapchat? Like, what's your info? Because it was too loud. Like, you know, I can't start picking up here. She's like, huh? What'd you say? You know, nah.
You want to buy me a drink?
Nah, bro.
You know, so I was just like, what's your contact info? And it means that, so I exchanged that, and, you know, she left, I left.
Right.
And basically, the whole night was all right after that. And after that, I left, and a couple of days after, she texted me. Because I have this tendency in which, like, I think I just want to get the digits or the info just for the validation. You know? So I was like, well, I'm not going to text her. There's no point. So she texted me first.
Damn.
Through DM.
First moves. All right.
So after that, we started talking, starting getting to know her, you know. And the thing is that this is why manifestation is so big, in which I need to start implementing more, because I always said that I wanted my first girl to be Asian, and
And she was
Just so
Asian?
happened
yeah.
to be Asian.
Yeah, so after that, we started going out, you know, taking trips to, I don't know if you know, up north by
Where?
the.
I know a lot of places.
Like the
Talk to
mountain.
the right dude. Deadass, though. Do you remember the name?
So it's up in the mountains. It's like by Orange.
By Orange?
Yeah.
Is it like going towards East Orange, going up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're talking to
Yeah.
Mr. New Jersey right here, bro.
So I got a lot of fond memories, you know, new love and stuff like that. Got to meet her family, you know.
Damn,
and
bro.
she got
Sounds
to
like
meet
you're
my-
sad, bro.
No, chill.
No, wait. Yo, also another question. Did you live like where you live now?
Oh yeah. That was when I was living in
So
South
that's
Jersey.
like okay. That's still a drive though.
Yeah, that's an hour.
That's definitely an hour.
Because even for the ruckus party, I had to drive an hour up there.
Of course.
Yeah. So basically, she was an hour away from me too. Yeah.
Damn. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Holy shit.
So she used to come most of the time because I used to have the free, you know,
Copy.
and that was dope too.
Copy. Copy.
You get the gist.
No.
Type shit.
Damn, bro, that's just crazy though.
If
But-
you don't mind me asking, how did it all like? I feel like we're alluding to like what's to come. Like, how did it all like? How did the cookie crumble?
So
Alright, bro. Just remember, like, feel free to express whatever you want, however you want.
okay.
And not
Don't
cap
leave
at all.
anything out.
No cap.
Don't cap.
No cap nation.
No cap.
Yeah.
It's the
Type
podcast.
Okay. So, truly, the love, the clinginess was so much.
Mm.
Like the clinginess felt like I was like,
Locked up.
suffocating, smothering.
Mm.
So, and another thing is that I didn't know how to, show my emotions. I didn't have enough emotional intelligence and compassion at that time. It was more so selfishness.
So you were like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, I was.
Not now, though. Not now, though.
No, not now.
Right,
Was.
of course.
Yeah.
course.
So, the thing is that even her coming to my house
Right.
was more so, because I don't want to drive to your house. I don't want to have to talk to your mom. I don't have to do, all that. Because a lot of things there was so much my way. It's my way or the highway, that type of thing. Which I didn't know how bad it was back then, but now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, she basically did most of the stuff in the relationship. But the thing is that I made it seem like she was the bad guy, but it was me.
Right.
But also the clinginess was another aspect that made me like exaggerate the whole thing.
Right.
So
Damn.
why it ended was because I asked myself, I was like, this is a beautiful being, like how she's nurtured even the relationship, because if it was someone else that didn't care, they would just ghost me.
Tossed it out,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, facts.
So the way that she stuck through and just cared for me, for family, everything was like so, there's no way that I could just do anything to waste her time. So I was like, would you rather just let her go and be the responsible person? Like you're wasting her years because you know that you don't love her as much as she loves you. So why not just let her go, and then she can meet someone who can actually love her instead of wasting her time.
Damn. That's
Damn,
real,
bro.
real heartfelt
That's
shit,
fucking
bro.
wise as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I could tell you spend a lot of time just like reflecting.
Yeah, a lot.
I can really tell that,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, bro. And time will
So,
do that. Time will
yeah.
definitely do that.
A lot of that.
Damn, bro, that's fucking crazy. Like, do you have any words for her if she were to listen to this podcast right now?
I wish I loved you better.
Real shit.
Loved
Damn.
you
Real
like
shit.
way more, because the compassion, I could have had more compassion. I could have had more. No, seriously.
Bro,
I'm
why
sorry.
you laughing?
I'm sorry.
Yo, what a fucking mood killer. This man just laughed.
It doesn't help that his girl is right there.
I'm sorry. I just. Whew, man, it's just like
been holding that one in.
your words, bro. Your words just like touch deeply.
I didn't know I was a comedian, man.
That ass Dave Chappelle.
So, compassion, man. Like, honestly. No, because for the most part, my family used to say, yo, you're lucky. Because if I was her, I would have left you on the highway. I would have
Right.
just
Goddamn.
left you in the dumps.
Mm.
So that would have saved a lot of things, and I felt like I would have learned even more. You know,
Were your parents welcoming towards her? Cause she's like obviously like Asian or whatever.
at first, no.
Mm.
To
Really?
be honest, they weren't. They were like, "Why you not with a black girl again?" You know,
Mm.
give me the reasons. You know, they used to look at her some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
and now that I look at it, it's like it's crazy because when you come from a African background, there's a lot of things that they want you to do because they feel like you're an extension of them. In which,
Mm.
yeah, you brought me to this world, but I am my own life.
Of course.
You know, don't try to put your beliefs on me because that's conditioning from years down the line
Right.
that you're
right.
passing on to me now.
Mm.
And that's what is so beautiful about our culture, you know, Gen Z, is that we're free-minded thinkers. Like
Mhm.
For
we
real
don't
though.
we don't succumb, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing was that I was watching their podcast, and they were talking about how previous generation, let's say people who are like grandpas now, like you know, let's say in their 80s and 60s, around there.
Mm-hmm.
Before, like it was about mental health, right? They didn't used to take it seriously. So basically, the guy was saying it was because they were so afraid of what society would think of them.
No, that's a
You
fact.
know,
That's a fact
Yeah.
because my dad grew up in an era where that didn't even exist.
Yeah.
Mexico, like they don't even think that it existed. Well, now
That's
it's
true.
like getting shown there, right?
yeah,
For
But
sure.
before, my dad would be like, "Depression, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Why don't you go out, find yourself a girlfriend, you'll be
yeah,
fine."
yeah,
Or
exactly.
that's
even
the
coming out as
mentality.
gay.
Yeah,
Like you, bro.
Yo,
There's
if you
probably
came
so
out-
many people in
oh,
the
no.
closet, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Back in then, and they were probably like so sad that they had
They
to live a
could-
double life,
Double
bro.
life,
For real, though.
exactly.
Because you would hear about like there'd be people that go all the way to other cities just to like be themselves,
Yeah,
and that's just crazy.
That is
Exactly.
crazy,
You can't
bro.
even be yourself in your own household is fucking wild.
as and another thing is, they compared to our generation, is like we're asking more ourselves, like, is this my truth? You
Mm.
know, is this true to me? And that's such a beautiful thing because now you're not succumbing to the,
What's being placed
yeah,
on you, that conditioning that you were talking
exactly.
And you start to look at it now as like a puzzle, almost like, okay, you act like this for a reason.
Yeah,
Like our parents act a certain way for a reason
yeah,
because they were thrown all this luggage.
yeah.
They don't know it. They don't see it because none of that was talked about ever back then. Let
Yeah.
alone in these countries, you know what I mean? Like, that don't exist.
Yeah,
Like, you act like that. Why do you do these outbursts?
that's
Well,
facts.
that came from, probably years of, like, trauma that they probably experienced
Yeah,
that they probably don't even bring up.
exactly.
I'm glad you brought this up, bro, about being an individual,
Yeah,
because it leads into like our next question, which is like, what do you want to do with your life as an individual?
so within me, it always has to. It boils down to being of service. Like, I want to do something where I'm of service. My dream has always been to be on YouTube and impact people in such a way that it's a valuable, it's something valuable where they'll say, wow, I can't think of anything else like working for someone, grinding for, in the books for this amount of years to get this job, It's just within me. I feel like it's too rigid. That kind of structured way is for other people, but my path is more of creativity. More of service. Caring for people, and bringing more consciousness into the world.
How do you plan on providing that?
So, I want to do something that truly means something to me. But actually, I want to take me out of it because that actually can poison the whole thing. I just said that I want to be of service, so it has to be something that the people need. Bringing something that the people need. I may not know what it is right now, but every day I'm trying to find that what people need, that it would smoothly, I'll incorporate it into my regimen.
It's interesting you say that because I remember when you messaged me, and I think you messaged all of us about sending us about that. There's like the trees are
Yeah,
are
Save Soil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you explain, tell us about that.
Oh yeah, Save Soil. That's a powerful movement. So Save Soil is basically, and it's still going on right now. So it's about the degradation of the soil and how like basically no country has even 3% of organic soil material, which means like for example, 27,000 species of microbial life is dying. 27,000 has become extinct because most people, like most farmers, like let's take America and other countries as well, but they plow the land and they let the harsh sun just dry the land, and that doesn't help the land out because it's making the soil poor, right? And it's turning it into a desert. If you add organic content into sand, it becomes soil. If you take it out, it becomes sand. So right now it's sand for most of the countries around the world. So this movement was to basically shed light on this because they were saying that there's going to be a famine by 2030. That people are going to go hungry, and there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff than what's happening now.
But it's crazy because the Loki makes a lot of sense because we're even having an egg shortage
Yeah,
right now, and it's like, when did you even hear about that?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because you think there's like billions of fucking chickens out there. It's
Yeah.
like, how the hell are we having a shortage?
yeah, exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, how is this going on? And even food shortages in some
Yeah.
areas. Like, how is this happening? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's this thing is like the ecosystem, like the economy. When COVID shut down, I expected this to happen because something that is running that cannot stop 24/7, it shuts down for a certain amount of months. These things are bound to happen, but it's just a trickle effect, like a chain reaction. That's why we're in this recession,
Facts.
in which we're giving so much money to other countries and stuff like this and doing this. It's wild.
Yeah, it's mad wild because it's like, I feel like from 2020, the whole COVID shutdown, like, after, life ain't been the same.
Yeah,
It's not been the same. It's honestly like a light switch. Like,
Yeah.
we're still stuck
Facts, bro.
in the underground right now.
yeah.
You know what I'm thinking about, bro? Kobe, bro.
Kobe.
That was crazy, bro.
Kobe.
Real talk.
Yo, I feel like everything just came crashing down
Bro,
at some points, bro.
literally.
Bro,
Crazy.
bro, that hurt. That hit heavy.
Facts. Especially because he
Oh,
was
dude.
with his daughter.
Yeah,
Shit was
Yo.
exactly.
crazy.
Plus the rest of the people on the
Yeah.
helicopter too, bro.
Facts. The guy driving.
R.I.P.
everything.
Yeah, and the thing is that
R.I.P. for him.
it always seems like the greats, like the people who try to do something significant, they're always the ones to like go, or something happens to them.
Yo,
You know?
music artists too.
Yeah, music
Yeah.
artists. Yeah,
Happens a lot.
and it's like someone who's trying to shed light, bring some type of positivity into the world. Something happens in which, then on the flip side, you think like, okay, the other side, they're just still doing their wild stuff. Nothing really happens. It's crazy.
It's crazy you mention that because I remember, I don't know if you guys would see these same articles like during COVID when it was the shutdown. I would hear about like, oh, there's doctors that are coming out with like already a cure. And then like you would hear like a month or a week later that that same doctor died. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even the whole Fauci thing that people are talking about, how he was basically spreading false information, is crazy. Just imagine, like, do you know how many times, like, just even now, like, that's one of the reasons why I don't watch as much news, because it's just panic. Why is it that they're usually just telling you the bad things that happens in life, like the most catastrophic things, is to get your your emotions riled up and then set you in a certain direction. So it just makes me wonder, like, why. And Fauci took his opportunity with that too.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned that whole like panic thing, because
Yeah.
I feel like fear is a very powerful emotion that can lead into manipulation.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're in fear of something, then you're more likely to go into the first possible situation
Yeah.
that can guarantee your safety, right?
Exactly.
And if your trusted leaders are guaranteeing you safety in this specific situation, let's call it like a bubble,
Yeah.
then you're gonna flee to that bubble no matter what. You're gonna tunnel vision onto that bubble.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true. Like
Yeah.
a herd, like a scared herd, you know.
Exactly.
Definitely. And I feel like not necessarily, but from what I was seeing on social
He's
media,
like, not
right?
me personally. though. It'd never be me. It'd never be me.
But like, I remember like seeing people were rushing to Walmart, all these supermarkets, and like
Yes.
taking everything. And
Like
Toilet paper and
toilet
shit.
papers.
toilet paper.
Yes.
And you had to feed for that. They were like,
Yeah.
you were just waiting for these motherfuckers to
Crazy.
take the shit out the bag. Like I remember a good example, right, would be like hand sanitizer was something that was gone.
Lysol
Lysol,
too.
And-
the
yeah.
wipes. Yeah.
And Gio, right? Shout out to Gio. Like he worked at Walgreens.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, bro, like, is there any sanitizer there? He's like, nah, but we're getting in a shipment this day. I'll save you some. And I was like, all right, yo, he came in clutch. Shout out Gio, bro. He was coming
Yeah.
in
Shout out
clutch
Gio.
with all that, you know what I mean? But he was like, you better come here, bro, because there's people fiending for this.
Yeah.
Literally parked outside just for us to put this back on
That's
shelves,
wild,
Wow.
bro.
which was crazy. Like, how
Panic.
for just
Yeah,
toilet paper,
facts. Panic.
Just imagine.
sanitizer, all that.
And now it's like, it just you see how much phases that the thing is that if you don't wake up to this, you're just gonna be at the mercy of the person who's turning on the camera. You know,
Right.
it's not worth it.
Exactly. It's really not. And it's fucking crazy because it's like that fear is even still lingering now.
Yeah.
You know, and rightfully so because in some countries it's still, you know, some of those things are going on still. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you still see people with, you know, masks.
Mask,
in public,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still there.
Yeah.
And, you know, who's to say who's right and who's wrong?
Who's wrong?
You know, 'cause at the end of
I
the day,
feel like it's very easy to make fun of someone because you feel like you know the truth. So I want to ask you a question to take a little detour from where we're heading. I
Okay.
want to ask you, how would you tell someone to become more aware? Like, where would you look instead of to like downplay them, you know? Where
Yeah.
would you send them? Or what would you do if you were in their footsteps?
I would first tell them not to just believe anything that you see. You know, you have to be a skeptic, you know, because you don't know. These people, this is their job. They turn on the camera, boom, 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 and then turn it off. You don't know what life they're going to live. Just don't believe everything that you hear, see, and tune out the noise because, you know, just like I was saying earlier, the noise can really clutter your mind. You know,
for those that don't know, explain what the noise is.
the noise is like this person talking, like, oh, you should do this. Did you hear about this? Oh my God, like, watch this. You know, even I can say TikTok is the noise.
Yeah,
You know,
fuck
social-
TikTok.
Yeah, the social media platforms are the noise. You know, something that is always in your face that's saying, "Look at me, look at me." You know, that is the noise. And then also, we let, you know, family members, because family members are so close to us. We believe them, and you know we want to make them proud, seeking their approval. Sometimes there could be noise too, and they could be the hindrance to our success.
That's
some
real.
shit, bro.
That's real, bro.
But if it comes out like that, it's like you try and point it out,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But you know, just like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
New tricks, true,
Exactly.
true.
So all you can really do is just hear what they gotta say.
Yeah,
If you want to take it in, you take it in. If they keep
Yeah.
repeating it, it's like, all right, now I'm gonna ignore you. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna still pretend like I'm listening, but
yeah.
you know,
For the
because
most,
that's what they think is right.
yeah. For the most part, it's like it's even hard to explain this to someone who doesn't want to listen. You know, you can try to say, okay, look at it from this perspective, but if the person doesn't want to listen, what to do? You know, as you try your best, because they have to find their own way out. You know,
True. So anybody that's listening at home, just do it your own way.
facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what's right for you, but at the same time, if someone's giving you good advice, I feel like you should take that to the fullest you can take it. Because I
Yeah.
feel like we get thrown advice from left and right. Some of it's bad advice. Don't get me wrong.
Mm.
But then, if someone's actually looking out for you, because you could tell people that are looking out for you,
Yeah.
try and take that as much as you can.
But how can you tell someone that doesn't know any better? You know, like Daniel was saying, like someone who's like a part of your family that has already had this conditioning put on them. You know.
I feel like you could find out a way just by the way they live their life. Would you?
Want to do that?
I feel like would you trade shoes with them if you could
Yeah.
in that moment? Like ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like that will tell you right there.
True.
This person has
Very
like a-
true.
a
Very
good
true.
mind.
It's like it's
okay.
like some dude that's at like one of your coworkers being like, "Oh yeah, you just gotta do this, this, and this to become
Yeah.
a millionaire." But it's like, bro, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, like
Why aren't you doing it?
Doing it
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Like I would have traded shoes with you.
Yeah.
You're doing the same shit.
Facts. Facts. You know, it's just information that he got, and then now he's just barfing it on you. And, you know.
That's a good word to describe it.
Exactly.
Very good word.
Yeah, so it's wild. And then another thing is that, like, our generation, since we have so much noise,
Mhm.
it is harder to focus. You know, that's what I've noticed. You know, tuning out, you almost want to the FOMO. You know, a lot of us don't want to tune out because of the fear of missing out. You know, basically. And yeah, that can get you, but that can also make you lose a lot of, a valuable time that you can spend with yourself. You know, getting to know yourself, discovering
Yeah.
yourself.
To add on to that, bro, you could like you're so focused on looking into the future and trying to be a part of the future that
Yeah.
you miss out on being part of now, the present.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You lose that side of yourself. It's almost like in the blink of an eye, you're already like 50, 60. You know, you already like have kids, you're married.
Yeah.
It's like your life just passes by.
autopilot.
Facts.
Autopilot.
Autopilot.
Yeah,
Do you feel like you're on autopilot right now?
I don't feel like I'm on autopilot because I've become more conscious of how I live, what I do, and where I want to go. You know, although it may not be, oh yeah, he's making this much. I do know that I'm living a better life. You know,
Very important.
because even when you said something about this moment, this is so perfect because wherever we are, right, this moment is the freshest, right now as I'm speaking, because it never happened, so there's always an opportunity to, blossom and become something more from
Facts,
there.
bro. I feel like I struggle with that sometimes too. Like, yeah, I said the word autopilot, and I feel like so on the daily, I like to write the day and I like to write out my goals for the day, right?
Okay.
And it's like on days that I don't do that, it's like when I do, it's like, damn, it was April 1st, now it's April 15th. Like,
Yeah.
where did the time
Time
go by?
go, yeah.
It's almost like I woke up. I like to think about it like, bruh, it feels like I'm waking up now from like a slumber that I had,
Yeah.
It's like once you like organize yourself, you're like, okay, you feel awake, you feel fresh, like you said, you're focused in the moment to get everything you want to get done in the moment,
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's what like a lot of older people talk about when they're like, everything goes by like this, like as quick as you snap. That's how fast. Like he's like, I have older people telling me, I remember when I was your age, I wish I could be your age.
Yeah.
Like I wish I did things a certain way. I wish I spent more time somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that really carries on because it's like we have to live in the moment because this is the best. Just like you were saying, like this is now.
Yeah.
Like we're here.
Definitely, bro, because the now dictates the narrative that gets pushed in the future, bro.
Future. That's facts.
The now writes the next chapters in your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel like no better time is better than now. The
Facts.
present. Because at the end of the day, if we could smile, grind, and still wake up every day, I feel like that's the best.
Yeah.
I like how you said that, bro, because at the end of the day, that's what you got to be grateful for,
Yeah.
bro. Being able to wake up in a nice warm bed, house.
Exactly. And I think that's what I'm not trying to take it for granted because like when I'm going back 2 weeks, I'm like I almost died, So it's like how am I still alive, It's like
Can
many.
you tell us a story on that?
So I did a dangerous thing in which I pulled a like 24 hours on all-nighter. So basically I had volunteering right in the morning, and then at night I had this meditation thing where we had to like stay up throughout the whole night until 6 a.m. You know, it's called Mahashivratri 3. Mahashivratri. So it's basically a way to increase more grace and perception into your life. So I did this, drove to New York, and when I was coming back, 6 a.m., it was around 7 a.m., I thought I could make it home because I've been more tired than this before. But this time, man, I closed my eyes. I just opened my eyes. I guess my head banged something so hard because I was going 70, 80, fast lane, hit the barricade on the left, boom, and then it ricocheted in such a way that it turned the car. So now I'm on oncoming traffic. My car is facing people who are going 70, 80, So thankfully there weren't that much people. So I was able to, wake up, go to the shoulder, and couldn't believe it. But throughout the whole thing, I was calm. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But I just wonder, like, why sometimes? Like, why did I survive? I'm like, what? Is there a reason? Like, how? Because someone else could have left. But now this has been dawning on me, a lot.
Definitely, bro. Holy shit, it's fucking crazy because the story, I know it's the same story from the car, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because I'm like, in that moment, I would have been like scared.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do. I think I would have froze up.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's like being in that moment is so fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like looking at that, it's
Yeah.
like, wow.
I think there's something beautiful about being in such a terrible situation, because it's almost like an eerie, just once you've accepted the situation, it's a very eerie calm. It's like nothing can phase you almost, because you've already experienced something that like took your senses to the max, and now it's just you're calming down almost, It's very interesting, very interesting. It's almost like a fight or flight response, Your body's kind of like awake, it's awakened, and now it's like calming down.
It's true.
No, that's very true, because I remember with an ex-girlfriend of mine at the time, I was doing a elbow turn, right? And I was going fast, right, where my car like lifted a little bit off the ground. And she shook and like almost fell on top of me, right? But I was calm the whole way, right? Because I knew it was happening, but for some weird reason I was just like calm. And she looked at me scared as hell. She was like, "How are you so calm?" And I'm like, I'm just here. You know what I mean? And like I was just like, damn, like, and it'd be those moments where it's like, you could really die, And on these moments, like, it's fucking crazy.
Damn, that is crazy. But I want to shift the conversation into something that you said that kind of piqued my interest. You said that you went to New York for a 6-hour meditation, you said?
Yeah.
Why?
So
I know you said it was because of grace, but why did you want to add grace into your life? Or what attracted you to this? And have you done it before?
No, I haven't done it before, but this was my first year. And it was so significant. It was so impactful. And the reason why I wanted to do it was because it was a different level of, it was out of my comfort zone. Because staying up for a whole night, and like, you literally want to go to sleep, but you're here, will and fluid. You're using your will, your power to stay up because you know that you want something. That there's something where it's a higher possibility for yourself. So that's why I did it. It's very phenomenal. I recommend anyone should go. It's free and open to all. Once a year it happens. Around February, March time.
Is it like a program? Is it like run through somebody?
So SADHGURU. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of him.
Yeah. SADHGURU.
No, I don't know who that is.
So he has a foundation called Isha Foundation, and it's basically to enhance the consciousness of humanity. That's their whole mission. So this program is one of that. You know, it's very significant. It happens every year. Millions of people watch over the world. So it's dope. It's very dope.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Would you say, like, how much have you benefited from meditation?
Saved my life.
Word.
Saved my life. Yeah. I was actually addicted to weed. Addicted to that so heavy, and it got me out of that. It literally made me have a clear mind. You know, it made me start experiencing something way deeper than, you know, my everyday life. And it's brought so much clarity. I can't explain it, but I would recommend it to anybody, because now it's like, for example, at times the mind wanders, like it says some wild things, but I don't believe it because it's just the chattering, the conditioning of years back. That's all it is. But now bringing this consciousness in is made it more powerful, because now whatever the mind says, I'm the controller of my destiny now. You know, I just don't follow my mind. Oh yeah, you're right. You know, fear, and then I'll follow the fear. No, it's not like that. And I think this is one of the reasons why I was calm in the accident, because like something like that, if that would have happened years back, I would have been like, oh my God, you know.
Right.
No, exactly. Damn, bro. Honestly, we're happy you're alive, bro.
Yeah.
And well,
Bro,
got
happy
a very good
you're
channel
like
on your
evolving, bro.
Yeah.
Real
Thank
happy
you.
with that. I feel like
Talk.
that's so important for people,
Yeah.
bro. Is that evolution of like having a certain mindset and understanding something else, like a topic further, and developing it even further.
Yeah.
You know, so congratulations to
Yeah.
you, bro.
Thank you.
For real. And like, damn, I don't mean to take it back a notch, but there's this one specific moment I remember back in history class. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No,
I think you know where I'm going.
no.
So the reason why, like, I want to talk about this, do you not remember what I'm talking about?
You can bring it up.
Okay. So it was history class. I think it was a sophomore year. We were all in this, and you were arguing in the morning with Dejan. Do you remember that?
Yes. Wait, but what was it about?
It was about, he was just making fun of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just
Yeah.
and it's funny enough because, like, not funny, but do you remember that, how that all went?
I don't remember how it went, but I know that I was annoyed. I was very annoyed because, like, Dejan used to, you know, bully me from the elementary. I think it was more so Samson to all the way to high school, basically.
Damn.
So, yeah, that is, like I was saying, like, anger is slowly, gradually, you know, and then that was when I exploded that day.
Yeah, I remember that day, bro, because we were all there. I was like, holy shit, this is really
Facts.
happening here, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, we thought like things were gonna pop off. We're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, because
Yeah.
it was literally this close.
Yeah, it was.
Of
It
popping
was.
Why didn't it happen? Do you feel like you were waiting for him to swing at you?
I think I was, because, yeah, I was one of those people that, if the person swings first, you don't get suspended, you know? It's the other person.
Of course.
you know?
You don't want that on
Yeah.
your record or whatever, you feel me?
Yeah.
I feel
So
that.
that was a lot of tension. But now it's like, looking
Couldn't
back
be
at
bothered.
it, yeah, doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah, of course, bro. And it's crazy because, like, do you remember? Because I remember I videoed it. You know,
You recorded
I
it.
recorded it.
And now we're showing everyone.
Influencer from the jump.
I remember that, and I still got it on my phone. But from what I remember showing you this. You were like, "Yeah, never let this get shown to the public."
And he
And I
had
kept
to,
my
bro.
word.
He did
And
that
I
as
kept
a-
in my word all the time.
I mean, you can show it now.
For real?
If you want. If you want.
Damn. We might add a little clip
Yeah.
with your
You
permission.
sure?
You feel me? You cool
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Because I know you're not the same person, but it's
Yeah.
like, still, it's so long time ago.
Yeah.
Facts. All right. Shit.
But it's for the audience to see the transition. You know,
Okay.
that people can actually change, you know, become better.
Yeah,
Or,
all the
you
way,
know.
bro. Clear example is you, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you got a good head on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm happy to hear that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, we're all so goofy back then,
Yeah.
where it's like, where could we take each other seriously? Even back then. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, it was all jokes.
Shout out to development. Shout out to evolving over time, bro.
Yeah.
I want to conclude this pod with a question for you, bro.
Okay.
And of course, since essentially you want to be a vessel for people in need, bro, I guess like tell someone that in your position, for example, coming to America or that has gone through your trials and tribulations, how they can get through it. Is it purely through meditating, or did you find another route for them?
I would say I would highly recommend meditation, because it doesn't matter what situation that life brings to you, as long as you stay committed to the that practice, that routine, that can reap like phenomenal benefits, because the outside world is going crazy. You don't know what's going to happen the next moment. You don't have any control of what happens outside. You have 100% of control of what happens within. It's powerful. And that's the most empowering thing, because now you get to make your own decision. You get to evolve. You get to, see how far you can get, what you can truly blossom into,
Damn, bro.
And another thing I wanted to add is that I'm really, really proud of you guys.
Damn.
Like the podcast,
right?
Podcast is like when I heard that you had a podcast, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is something that I couldn't do, because
You can fucking do it, bro.
no, but I'm saying
Definitely
like you
do it.
had the courage to do it, which is dope. But I although it's not something that I wanted to do, like meaning as in podcast per se, but you had the courage to start. That's what I love about it.
We appreciate that,
So,
bro. Appreciate that, honestly.
It's dope, because it's been 5 years since I saw you guys. It's
Facts.
really nostalgic,
been a long
great
time.
memories.
Hell
Appreciate you guys. You guys, so
Appreciate
much
you
love.
too, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Much
We
love, much
appreciate
love.
you,
Yeah.
bro. Because at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
like, we're taking from your schedule too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we're
Yeah.
fucking glad that we were
Yeah.
able to even get you out here.
exactly.
Real shit,
mean,
bro.
anything-
Straight out of Tom's River.
Yeah, shit.
Drop the low. My fault. My fault. But alright, yo. Shit. Thank you, Daniel. You got something else you want to add before we go?
Happy birthday to the birthday boy. I can't go without saying that, man. Happy birthday to this
Yo.
man. More blessings, more life,
Bro.
love always.
Real shit.
Yo, real shit, bro. I love, bro.
Thank you,
I wish you the
bro.
best in life
Appreciate
for
you,
everything, bro.
And
God,
shout out to everybody who watching this.
for real.
We'll
Keep
catch you
going.
next
Stay
time.
tuned.
Peace.
Peace.